Alright, so me and YouTube sensation Eric Wilson's over here, and today we were shooting between the Ruger Predator and 6.5 Creedmoor, and he's got the Ruger Precision 6.5 Creedmoor. So we did a little shoot off, see which one shot better, and obviously the grouping on the Precision was just a little bit, it's just tighter. And that thing's a tack driver. I mean, we were getting Sub-MOA out of the Predator, but hands down, the Precision was just, I mean, it's a tack driver. So that's your rifle. You've shot both of these. What's the main difference you feel?
Weight.
Yeah.
So both in the trigger and total weight overall. The biggest thing is weight in this thing. The trigger's much lighter, even though we've clipped a couple coils out of that one. The trigger just feels a lot better. And overall, this gun's probably 2 to 3 pounds heavier, and it just absorbs that recoil so much better.
Yeah. I mean, because I've shot this is the one I've shot the mile target with, and I mean, knowing that out of this gun, I mean, this is a great rifle, but this one is just tight. The groups are so tight because, like you were saying, it is heavier. So when I was behind that shooting it, I mean, it was just on, and the trigger, I don't know if it's much lighter, but you know exactly when it's going to break. I think it's crisper. It's just a better trigger than what they have in the American line, right?
Yeah. Another part of it could be the bolt design. The bolt comes straight back into the would-be magazine tube.
Yeah. So the recoil, I mean, it's not.
Instead of
this thing's jumping up
higher up and
right,
having that much drop at the heel.
This is going straight back, and then it tilts that gun up when you're shooting. It's gonna jump. That thing, I mean, it shoots right back, which is nice. Even this, because it's a lot lighter, it is jumping up all over the place when I'm shooting it. I could probably put a muzzle brake on it, but you know. So another thing is, this is the first time that I've actually, and I've shot this gun a lot at long distances, but this is the first time I've done an actual grouping at 100 yards. I didn't even, a lot of people ask me online, you know, what's that thing grouping at? What's your 100-yard group? What's the size of the groups? I literally had no idea. You get a decent enough, you know, tight enough group at 100, and we just start bringing it out from there. So realistically, I didn't even know what the 100-yard group was. It was nice to kind of check it out and see. Again, it's shooting. When I was really on it and really focusing, Sub-MOA. So and that's kind of what I expected out of it. But this thing, man, with that prime ammo.
Yeah. I was very surprised. I thought that I was doing really well. We shot out to 953 yards, one against each other, using our own ammo, and I was using the Hornady ELD, 140 grain. And we were doing really well in the wind, especially against the 130. Then we get down to 100 yards, and the prime's really whipping the Hornady's butt. Now, that might say something about 100-yard groups, or it just might say something about I wasn't shooting the prime ammo at 953 yards. We don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to find that out.
Yeah. So we'll do some more testing with some longer distances with the Precision, but from what I've seen, I mean, the Predator it's fantastic. I mean, like you said, you know, if you're gonna go hunting, you're probably gonna pick the Predator. It's just a lot lighter. Unless you're doing like you're saying, some longer distance kind of style hunting, that would make a little bit more sense. But otherwise, this would be ideal for hunting. I mean, super accurate. This thing's really accurate. But you want to get into any kind of competitions, get serious about it. You know, the Ruger Precision, they made a gun that's honestly for what that retailed for about.
Retail, I don't know. We got it wholesale. Actually, no, we bought this gun retail because we couldn't find one. We bought this gun retail, and I think it ended up $11.89.
So that's good. That's good for the 6.5 Creedmoor because they're hard to find.
This is a generation. This is a generation 1. So now they have the enhanced version.
Yeah.
This is the non-enhanced version. Main differences, I think, are in the bolt shroud and the handguard and muzzle brake. Obviously, I have no real need for a muzzle brake. If I put anything on the end of it, it'll be a suppressor.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's not kicking that much. You even need a brake.
Yeah, I think if I changed anything currently, it'd be to go to a carbon fiber, small diameter handguard. Make this a little friendlier for mountain hunting around here.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, man, I had a lot of fun with these two today. That was a pretty cool test. Wanted to see, and honestly, the results were kind of what I expected. This was accurate, but that was just a little bit more.
That's what it's made to do.
So there is a difference. People, I tout this the Predator is super really great mile shooter. Yeah, it will. This will do a little bit better of a job. But again, if we're talking, if we're getting groups at that one was near close to 1/3 of an inch, compared to say 7/8 of an inch or 2/3 of an inch with this guy. There's still going to be small groups at 1,000, even at 1,000 yards. You're still looking at, but this one's going to be smaller. It just is, but either gun is going to smack that target out there.
Normal groups for this gun have been ranging in the .4 MOA at distance, .4 to .5 MOA at distance, and pretty darn consistent at that. So no complaints, absolutely no complaints for a totally stock gun. We have not even lightened the trigger. This is the exact way it came out of the box. We have a Weaver scope with a Burris pepper mount. I mean, it's as simple as you can get.
Yeah, that's not even that. I mean, that mount that you have it's basically it's like a $50 mount, right?
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Cheap.
It's a one piece. I actually like those one piece because it's less pieces that can move. But there's not a lot. You don't have to get super. I know people who put thousands and thousands into a gun. But before this came out, people, they were building up. They were taking Remington 700 actions. They were rebarreling them. They were, building them from the ground up. Even Savage made some nice rifles, but they really hit the ball out of the park with this one. I mean, it's just like for around $1,000, you're getting half a minute. Half MOA, which is insane.
Legitimate. Now, everybody who takes this and cycles the bolt, first thing they say is that sounds gritty, and I'll give an example of that. I gotta take the magazine out to do that, but it sounds gritty. You can hear that. You can hear that real high-pitched whine of the lathe turn bolt shroud. But for the money, I think there's no possible way. I mean, sure, you could build up a gun off of a Savage action and do as good or better. Yeah. But for the person who's not willing to do that, this is out of the box.
Yeah. That's what's so insane about it. Even with the oversized bolt handle on it, and just it's little things like that. That people are taking Remington bolts, and then they're getting them machined, and that's another $100 you're adding on right there. You get a McMillan stock or something like that, you're looking at $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. And up from there. So Ruger's just made some real good rifles that are in the calibers that in the 6.5, which that's been picking up a lot of steam.
In high demand.
Yeah.
They put a real tight twist on a 243, so that's a purpose-driven rifle barrel. Now, if I had one complaint about this gun, it's the barrel finish seems to be highly prone to rusting unless you keep it really well oiled. That's about the only thing I can say. One night it was a little damp whenever I put it up. I didn't wipe it down. That's my fault. I came back and it had grown some acne. It didn't pit it or anything, but it didn't make me very happy.
Yeah.
But that's easily fixable. Normal maintenance, not a problem. And that was only on the barrel. Everything else totally fine. Get a little bit of lube on that bolt, and no problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for this one.
Predator versus Precision.
Predator versus Precision. They both have their benefits and they both have their uses. The Predator is great all around. Listen, if you're trying to keep it on the cheap and get into long range hunting or long range shooting, this can be used for hunting, for long range shooting. The rifle's $350, brand new. That's ridiculous, and I'm shooting Sub-MOA. the 6.5 in the 6.5 Creedmoor, right? So if you want to get into that 6.5 world, boom, this is it. You know, it's a great option. If you have some extra money to spend, you know, and you're going to be doing, and you're going to get into some long range stuff, you know, you're going to be, you know, getting seriously into the long range world. The precision is, you know, instead of building up a gun by yourself, I would just get that out of the box. I mean, it's why do all the work and it's done, you know. Plus, it has the folding stock, which is awesome.
I think it does this one.
Yeah.
Folding stock, 60-degree bolt throw, so you know, not bumping fingers and thumbs on your scope bill. That's fun, man.
All right. 2 great rifles from Ruger. Oh, we didn't drink our beer, dude.
Not on camera, I didn't.